I remember Madonna back in the day when she used to wear really short shorts and little frilly tops and ride her roller skates down E Street with a boombox on her shoulder.
She had like really wild hair and this porcelain skin, and she had some kind of like outfit that had many layers and a lot going on.
She moves so many things in fashion. She moves so many things in a lot of things. She's a trendsetter.
Cindy's given us her picture. See?
What's?
And that's a picture of her cat. In case her cat, in case we need a cat for anything. Maybe I'll put her in my next video.
Johnny Cat.
That's really sweet.
So now we're going to...
A coffee shop around the corner.
Right.
It's been around for ages, but it's kind of changed. Like, it used to be a bit more rundown and very dinerish, and now it's become like a vegetarian.
Squatters. Well, it's actually still Squatters Central.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, how are you? Can we still order something to eat? Where do you want to sit?
Where do you want to sit? Yeah. I remember seeing an interview with you, like when you did bedtime stories. I think it was when you said it was the most unhappy. Was it bedtime stories you hated making?
The album? Yeah, that was a really hard record for me to make because it was the first time that I'd ever worked with 4 producers on one record,
Right.
and basically it was just there was no. I worked with 4 different people, and there wasn't any. It was really hard for me to sort of glue the sound together and make one kind of theme happen through the music, sonically and lyrically.
Today is the last day. Oops, I didn't know we couldn't talk about things haven't been the same since you came into my life.
But it seems like now you kind of you look like you're kind of enjoying the moment and everything much more. Is that true?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I've gotten much better at choosing projects and work to do that I'm actually going to enjoy instead of
Thrashing yourself.
thrashing myself. Exactly.
So how did that relate to Ray of Light? Was that
I have to say, making that album was the most fun I've ever had in the studio. The most fun.
really? Why was that? Do you think?
Well, first of all, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm a much happier person.
Right.
And just having my daughter come to the studio every day was such an inspiration. So that was a huge difference. And also I was working, William Orbit isn't, he's a really kind of unconventional musician to work with. He works more with like computers and Pro Tools and samples and synths, and I was used to working with more classically trained musicians. So it really was a sort of throw the rules out the window type of record making for me. And we'd go in there every day, and I always had plans because I'm the organized person in the group, but oftentimes I'd get to the end of the day and we wouldn't really have accomplished much, but we'd get sort of like, we'd get textures.
Right.
We'd just get some textures for a song, and in the past that would have freaked me out. Like I have this work ethic, you know, I've got to be really super productive, and I've got to have something done every day, and at the end of the day I want to have a song written.
What's it called? Trance music, do you think?
What's what called?
Well, you know, everything's called
My
a name.
record?
Yeah. What type of music is it?
Well, everyone's calling my record electronica, so I guess that's what it is to a certain extent. But personally, I mean, I think the roots of electronica is dance music,
right,
house,
sure.
disco, whatever. I mean, that's where it all began. So I don't know why people have such a snooty attitude about, you know, there's a lot of purists who would listen to my record and say, oh, this isn't electronica or trance or anything, you
Right.
know. You know, what it is it's a pop record, but there is a lot of electronic music in it, and I like that sort of trancey ambient feeling, and I like the sound that William has.
But there's guitars on this album as well, aren't there?
Tons of guitar, yeah, and that was a big surprise for me, because I had no idea that William Orbit even played guitar.
Right.
He really surprised me with his guitar playing, and there's probably guitar on almost every song on the record.
Vande Guru Nancharanara Vinde Sandarshita.
Shanti is such a good song as well. What's that about?
Actually it's a prayer that I do every morning before I do yoga. It's, before you do Ashtanga yoga, you chant, you say a prayer. And that phrase, Abahu Puru Shakaram, which is also in to have and not to hold, means sort of like achieving true bliss through pure consciousness. I put that really faintly in the background in a subtle way on to have and not to hold, because to have and not to hold is about longing for something that you can't have. And ultimately that phrase is kind of the opposite. So, a little subtle.
Well, also, it's like one's about flesh and material, and the other is completely spiritual, right?
Exactly.
So that's really good.
Yeah, which is sort of the journey that I've been on.
Yeah, because you sure weren't chanting before, recording like a virgin.
No, I wasn't. Nope. We've come a long way, haven't we?
Like a virgin, hey, touched for the very first time. Like a virgin, with your heartbeat next to mine.
Do you hate those songs now?
I have to say I do. I mean, I understand they were a really important part of my life and they really sort of stand for something. They're real, sort of signposts in my career. But
Yeah, I think the thing that is fantastic about you is every single record you've made has been better and better than the last one, which is unusual. Do you think? Most people, it's just...
Yeah, because most people just keep working with the same people and they
Doing
keep
the
doing the
same
same music, yeah. No, I've got to keep myself
spontaneous.
entertained, so to speak.